Hell yeah, alright.
Video, 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 video space. Video talk, talking video talk, we're 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 talking video talk. Talking video talk, we're 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 talking video talk, talking video talk, we're talking video talk.
Yeah. Bitch, we're talking.
Alright. Have yourself a Merry Seagal Christmas. Welcome, all you Steven Seagal maniacs, and welcome to this last broadcast for VideoTalk for this year. And this broadcast is about Steven fucking Seagal, the man, the myth, the legend, on all those people around the world who love Steven Seagal. Welcome here. How are you doing? How the hell are you doing? And this is also a special broadcast because I have a first guest of this show, and he is called RedEye Reviews. Hello, my man.
Hello, it's an honor. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, talking about Seagal, you can't go wrong. You know?
You can't miss about when you talk about Steven motherfucking Seagal. Hey, hey, maybe a little bit introduction is in order right now because could you tell you a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So RedEye Reviews, for those of you who haven't been to my channel, it started as just movie reviews, and then we have quickly found a niche of a small pocket of the world that loves Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Schwarzenegger, Stallone a little bit. So we have found our people, finally. But it's a lot of Seagal at the moment. We're just going through every single one of them.
Hell yeah. Hey, when did you decide that you need to see every Steven Seagal film and make a review about it?
So my friend and I, for years, have ironically loved Seagal. And a lot of his movies started going to Netflix, like back in 2016, 2017. There was a lot of him on Netflix. And we would just hang out. We'd have marathons watching Steven Seagal movies.
Okay.
And then one of these days, I was like, I'm curious to see how he got to the man he is today. Like there is a path. There's a story there. Like he's so different from today than he used to be. And then quarantine hit, and I had nothing better to do but watch movies all day.
Obviously.
And my fiance can only take so much of me explaining every movie to her, so I channeled it into a YouTube channel.
What? Are you telling me that you don't watch every of these films with your fiance?
She knows more about Seagal than she would ever care to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, those who came to this channel from via RedEye Reviews, let me tell a little bit introduction about myself, because it's a video talk. It's as you may notice, I'm not an American guy or English guy. I'm from Finland, and I'm a movie fan. I have shit ton of films, and I've done videos about my collection and peculiar Italian horror movies, action films, and stuff like that. And also I'm a film collector, so I have done a lot of unboxing videos and stuff like that. So welcome to the channel, and also I hope you like this little bit discussion. And I contacted Mr. RedEye Reviews because I fell in love with your Steven Seagal videos because I was watching them when I went to the gym and ride the stationary bike and watching them. What is this Steven Seagal videos? Oh my god, it's a RedEye Reviews, and goddamn, he has so lot of these Steven Seagal videos. Oh man, then I was thinking that I need to do something special in this video talk before Christmas, and could he be interested in coming to them as a guest to talk about Steven Seagal? So I'm very glad and that you agreed to come here, and welcome to Video Talk. You're the first guest, and it's an honor to have you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, one more thing, and before we go, let me describe a little bit about the show, because we have 5 good Steven Seagal films, 5 bad Steven Seagal films, and we go like worst 5 and best 5, and then go below the list, and I have my options, my choices, and RedEye has his own, and between them there's kind of this middle topic that we have pre-planned. So, but it's a free conversation, as you may know if you have watched the video talks before. So every time you get something that is in your mind, feel free to ask and throw comment and hit that like button, and also if you want to send super chat, that is a question we definitely need to answer, right? Right. All right. So without further ado, maybe we need to start our little Seagal Christmas marathon. What do you say?
I don't know if I'm excited or scared.
Well, me neither. But let's talk about a little bit of, before we go, with the man himself. What is your history of Steven Seagal? What was the first movie you saw from Seagal?
You know, it's weird because the actual very first movie of his is a newer one, Maximum Conviction.
Yeah.
With him in Stone Cold.
By the way, I have Maximum Conviction over here. Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's what led into all of this, which is so weird because I've always been a movie buff.
Yeah.
But that was the one I saw on Netflix, and I had known who Steven Seagal was, but I didn't. You know, I was like, yeah, he's an old kind of washed up action star, but I didn't know much about him. And then I saw that movie, and there was just such a weird level of production quality where they were kind of trying, but it was also very apparent that Steven himself wrote a lot of lines so he could look better. And I was just so fascinated by this guy. And so I just, searched Seagal, and then I watched everything on Netflix, and then I just went from there. And then at a point, I was like, I'm going back to video one. But yeah, Maximum Conviction, weirdly enough, was my first.
Okay. So I think my first Steven Seagal, I'm not quite sure, but let's say that I have been with Seagal almost from the beginning. Yeah. Because I think first film that I saw was Hard to Kill, probably.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I think I saw it like when I was like 12 years old or something. So that would be a year 1992. So back then there was only like, I don't know, 4 Seagal movies. So, and they were all great. And man, I saw it, because that was the time when I got also introduced with the Van Dammes and Schwarzeneggers and Seagal. So that was a great time to be alive and watching action films. But maybe the one who really blew the bank for me was Out for Justice, because I have never seen a film so violent. So, I mean, like mean-spiritedly violent.
Wait, whose video? Sorry, I didn't hear the name.
Out for Justice.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first movie that was like overly violent and mean-spiritedly violent. So that was kind of amazing.
That was always something I found so fascinating about Seagal was, in my earlier videos, I joked about him just being a fan of property damage. Yeah. Because it wasn't enough for him to just arrest a guy. Like, He had to put his head through 8 panes of glass and then break his arm and then, cut off a finger and then arrest him. And like, it just got so ridiculous. And what was the movie? Oh shoot, with the Jamaicans.
Marked for Death.
Marked for Death.
Oh yeah, that's great stuff.
When he like breaks that dude's back over his knee and then throws him down an elevator shaft.
Well, later on we're gonna be talking about best Seagal kills, and rest assured that is on my list as well.
It's gotta be on there.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, but that's history from us, and maybe let's talk about the number 5, not one-liners. I have mistaken, but number 5. I will type here the topic. So, number 5. Would you like to do the honors and start with number 5? Your worst number 5 on your list.
Oh, for one-liners?
Generally from Steven Seagal's filmography.
Oh, number 5.
Number
worst.
5. Number 5 first.
I didn't want to order them. I had a really hard time actually putting an order on these 5.
You gotta do it now, man.
I think A Good Man is probably my number 5 worst.
Good man. Good man. What's wrong with you?
I know. Well, like, the acting is one thing. The acting's never been good, so it's hard to say that that's a negative. But just the fact that he named his sword and then didn't name his pet dog bothered me so much. And I just couldn't overlook that fact.
I remember you commented that on your video.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
I just, I don't get it. And he spends so much time with this sword. It's a funny thing. It's like, they see the dog, and he's like, I just never named him. And then he has a whole scene where he shows the sword, and he's like, I named this Kabuku. It's blah, blah. And he like just goes on and on about how important this sword is to him. And his dog is like just sitting in the corner. Oh my God, it bothers me so much.
Oh. Can you remember which year was that Good Man?
As a newer one. Like 13 or 14.
Okay, somebody in the audience, do you have knowledge about that? But let's call it 2013.
No, 2014 for sure.
14. Okay. All right. So that's your number 5.
Yes.
Good Man. Oh, there's a typo on my.
In 204.
That would be an ancient film.
In that case, it's the best film ever made. It's almost 2,000 years old.
Well, that would be a hell of an archaeological find. Okay, for my worst number 5, let's go to my list. I will call my worst number 5. Now, don't get angry with me, because bear in mind that I have not been watching all these new films. Actually, I have watched very little of these new films, and the ones I have seen, it may be like I have seen them like 12 years ago, so I really cannot put them in the list, in the context. But my list is mostly about these films that I really do remember. I remember seeing Richie, and my number 5, and I know it's not that bad film, but I will say Exit Wounds. Now,
ooh, okay.
Now that,
Yep.
Because I had really little amount to choose from. So
yeah.
I choose this because I really don't like this rap thing, and I really don't like this thing that was on in the beginning of the 2000s where they did this wire fu thing, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think you featured in your Exit Wound videos this Steven Seagal's wire fu stunt.
Oh my God, it's bad.
But that's so bad and so lame, and I think the action here is pretty lame as well. So I selected this of the rap music and action, but yeah, Yeah, I know. If you compare it to the like something that he did like 10 years later, it's a master. It's a fucking Oscar winner for sure. But that's my number 5, and I will put it in my list right now. So we can move then to the RedEye's best number 5. And remember, audience, you can say your list also.
I will give you kudos for having the VHS version of that movie.
Yeah, that's my channel's stick. I type it exit VHS because it's a one-man show, so I gotta think and type, and then it's all fucked up. But yeah, my stick on my channel is I like to show off different releases, and VHS was the place where I started. So if possible, I will show VHS, but if not, then it's gonna be DVD or Blu-ray.
That's awesome.
Yeah, okay, sir. What is your number 5 best Steven Seagal film?
Okay, so I'm split because there are the top 5 that I think are actually, what the world would consider his top 5. And then there's my personal favorite 5, which are very, very different. I don't think any of the movies overlap. So which one do you want?
Well, it's your list, so let's go for your choice.
Okay. My my personal favorite, the 5th one, is The Perfect Weapon, which everyone dogs on. Nobody likes it, but I'm very biased, mainly because the director of the movie commented on the video, and I actually got to chat with him a little bit about the movie.
That's right. That's great.
So it's inflated a little bit, but also he kills himself as a clone. He kills a clone version of himself in that movie. Like, if that's not the most ridiculous Seagal movie or Seagal kill ever.
Now I remember that video where it's a futuristic film, right?
Yeah. It's very like cyberpunk.
Blade Runner scenery with these cities and big billboards, and I had
so bad.
You have never seen Steven Seagal so huge, like you said in the video.
Well, and he gets a stunt double to stand off of a bed. That's the other best part about it, is like the clip shows him from the front, and then he kind of rocks forward as if he's going to stand. And then it cuts to behind his head to somebody else totally different who actually stands up, and then back to Seagal.
But maybe there was 2 shots, and maybe Seagal was just too lazy that I'm not gonna be in this shot unless you're filming my face. So let's call in the body double, and he can also get up from the sofa.
Absolutely.
So that is your best number 5.
Yes.
RedEye. Perfect Weapon. I mean, and
which was 2016.
2016. So it's quite new.
Yeah.
Okay. So my list goes for this title. It goes like this. I think my list is more classical.
That's fine. I figured it would be.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't have too many options. Yeah, but I pick Nico, or should I say Above the Law, for my number 5.
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty nostalgic film to me, because I remember, even though it was hard to kill that I saw the first one, but I remember that we watched this plenty of time, and this VHS that I have is a promotional tape, because this is uncut, very dangerous tape, because
oh, cool.
I don't know if you don't know, but in Finland we had this very tight censorship, and all Seagal films, they were cut all the way until like on Deadly Under Siege 2. So they basically cut like every bone crunching or bloody shootout. They would shorten up, but this is a promotional copy, so it was meant to vendors they can preview it and decide if they want to rent it or not. So it was uncut, but naturally later on we get the DVD. Actually, we don't have a DVD Scandinavian DVD with Finnish subtitle for some reason. I don't know, but yeah. they don't do it anymore, but we have this kind of legacy of the video censorship. So, but let's talk about the film itself. I think it's a pretty good action film, pretty traditional film. Was it directed by Andrew Davis, or wait a second? I have some sort of mental breakdown here. Who was the director on this? Maybe somebody will type it in the chat.
Andrew Davis.
Andrew Davis, yeah, I was correct. And Andy Davis recently directed, before this, he directed the Chuck Norris film, Code of Silence also. And this is also like Code of Silence starring Henry Silva, who is a fantastic bad guy, also in this one. And this made history, this film, because it was the first, at least for Seagal, first hand crunch ever put on film, and for that it deserved a classic film status, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
And also it has a very funny scene. I think you also featured that in your video, where Steven, I don't know, he catches up some guy and beats him up, and this big guy comes and, yo, what the fuck you doing to my friend? And then he like punches him like once in the chest, and he falls down, and these other guys are, hey man, what's going on?
Oh yeah, on the street.
It's a weird scene, isn't it?
Oh, it's so weird. Yeah, because he just like wrecks that guy, and then they did that thing, because like back in the 80s and early 90s and stuff, they had like the guys on the street, and they were very stereotypical, and it was, you know, we're going to hang out by a basketball court, we're going to talk a very certain way, and it was so, I mean, nowadays you look back on it and you're like, wow, that's really kind of cringy and, you know, bad and not a good way to portray people. But there was always those like stereotypical like people hanging out on the street that would just comment on everything, and oh my god, Seagal having to interact with them is amazing.
Yeah, like I said, he's so cold-blooded in these films. Like he could have just said that, you know, I'm a police officer and I'm running on it, but he chose to punch him. He punched him to death because he was a big guy.
Because he's Steven. Yeah.
He killed him. He just killed. And also this one scene where this bunch of mafiosos surround him, and then Seagal surprises them from behind and points a gun at them and throw your guns away, you motherfuckers. And then this one guy goes, hey, what are you gonna do? You can't shoot us all. You see the then he just blows him away, and no, but I get an A for effort.
Yeah.
That's true.
And just the fact that they let him shoot one of them and the other ones didn't immediately just blast him away. yeah,
like that would be a very hard thing to defend in the court.
Oh yeah.
Because you have like at least 30 eyewitnesses saying that you clearly shoot him dead. He was unarmed, and he was like shooting his mouth off to you, and you just blew him away.
Well, I mean, cops in the 80s rarely got fired. Like, if you look at Lethal Weapon, the amount of things that they did, like Riggs and Murtaugh, that just didn't, like, there was no repercussions for anything. They could blow up a whole city block, and they would be heroes. Yeah,
I think Lethal Weapon 3 should be about Riggs and Murtaugh doing the paperwork for what they did in Lethal Weapon 2, because man, they do so much damage in that film. Like
right?
I don't know how they explain it. I don't know.
Just a lot of them going to court, filling out paperwork, going to court, signing papers.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that's number fives for us, and then let's go to the middle question. So there's a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately. So let's throw some best one-liners, since we already began that by talking about Above the Law. But what other one-liners come up to mind?
So I put together the video, and if we wanted to do that now, I can pull it up.
Hell yeah.
Basically for the chat, I put together a handful of one-liners. Some of them are kind of apparent. Others of them I just think are hilarious. But we're going to play it just audio. We're going to let everybody guess. And then we're going to play it with the video. And if you still don't get it, then I'll just tell you who it is.
Hey, sounds so awesome. So pay attention, you audience over there, and shall we do it? Put it on the Discord, so I will put it on the...
Yes. Let me
put it to the full screen beforehand.
Yep. Let me pull it up.
So exciting.
And
I have not seen it. I have not seen it.
No, you haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Okay. I think if I share it just like this, let me see what it looks like on your end.
Yeah. Oh. Wait a second. No, where did it go? Wait
I didn't full screen it on my end, so I don't think I have to, but hopefully.
Yeah, I just realized that when you go full screen, I cannot go back behind it. So no worries. No worries. I have it on screen now. I will just move it.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, roll it.
Hopefully this should. Oh, click watch stream on the right. It's on that little bar.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you should see black.
Yes. Voiceover quiz.
Yes. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
And, using some fucking Zen riddles or some shit. I was not born at night, and I was not born on a fucking turnip truck, man. Real fucked up, kind of bizarre combination of monkey shit.
This was all from one scene.
It's all from the same conversation, actually.
Okay. I have to give up right now because that is not what I cannot know this.
It's not iconic. I'm sorry. It's just really funny.
Okay, Michael Myers in the chat says it's the cartels. Is it cartels?
The cartels. Yes.
The cartels. All right, Michael Myers, you're the man.
Here you go. Oh, let me see if you can pull it up again.
Yes, I will put it to the full screen now.
Let me see. I know I'm on like a 2-second delay. There we go.
Some fucking Zen riddles or some shit. I was not born at night, and I was not born on a fucking turnip truck, man. Real fucked up, kind of bizarre combination of monkey shit.
Bizarre, fucked up kind of shit combination of monkey shit. What does it mean?
That means he's improving, and Seagal thinks it was brilliant, and nobody told him otherwise.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some more.
Do you want to go to one of yours, or do you want to keep this one going?
Let's go. Let's keep this going, and then I can ask because I don't have video. So
okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, let's just keep enjoying this because this is fantastic.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Hit it.
If we like them, we give them a box of chocolates. If we don't, we kill them. It's like a monkey trying to fuck a football now, really. This whole thing, it's just a fucking mess.
Monkey turning football.
Trying to fuck a football.
Trying to fuck a football.
Yes, very specific.
Why? Okay, so anybody, I don't know. This is the newer one. I don't know which film is it.
It is a newer one, yes.
So Michael Myers or any other else, Steven Seagal enthusiasts, do you know that?
I'm curious to see if anyone gets this one. It's a newer film.
Michael Myers is guessing that, or is it an information contract to kill?
Yeah. So Michael Myers is one of my original OG subscribers. He's been around for a while.
Okay.
And yeah, absolutely, it's Contract to Kill.
All right. You're the Zen master of Steven Seagal, Mr. Michael Myers.
He's killing it.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the
video.
video.
If we like them, we give them a box of chocolates. If we don't, we kill him. It's like a monkey trying to fuck a football now, really. This whole thing is just a fucking mess.
Monkey turning a football.
Yeah.
Is that an impro or... I'm confused. What could that mean?
I mean, it would make a mess. So he's right in that aspect. It definitely would be a messy situation. But, what an image.
Okay. Any others?
All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Stay out of my life. Stay out of my way.
This is a harder one.
That's
I
a
can play
hard
it
one.
back too. Here, let me do it one more time. Oh, I might have given it away. Hold on.
Stay
Don't worry, I didn't know
out
that.
of my way.
Here, there's a screenshot. I'll even help you out. Here's a screenshot. Because I forgot to click it.
Stay out of my... Well, a screenshot would indicate that this is from On Deadly Crown.
The similar time frame. Well, a little later, actually. A little later.
It's gotta be Fire Down Below.
Nope.
Oh shit! Out for a kill. Is it Out for a kill?
It is Out for a Kill.
All
oh
right.
my gosh, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, he's the man. He's clearly the Mr. Seagal man.
Yeah, it's out for a kill, which is the most ridiculous plot of a movie of all time.
Do you have also the CGI clip? Was it from this film where he shoots down the helicopter?
That is from. Oh shoot, the helicopter one. I have it pulled. Actually, I had it written down. Let's see if I can remember where it is. Shadow Man. Shadow Man.
Shadow Man. Because actually, I was looking for it the other day.
I have it. I have it later. So we.
All right. Let's go forward.
All right.
I need to know at
Stay
least
out of
one.
my life. Stay out of my way.
Okay.
Life, stay out of my way.
You typed the motherfucker up, you sign it. That's my favorite fucking gun y'all took. Because it's about to get dark. Darkness is our friend. $1 million buy a lot of shit, baby.
I think I got it. But let's say if somebody else, because I would guess I won't check out the chat, but I would have to guess that this is probably from our Urban Justice.
Let's see. God, Michael Myers with the quick finger. I'm gonna let two more people guess before I reveal
Okay.
which one it is.
So, guessing end of gun, Michael Myers, and exit wounds, Tutti Punti says. Don't look. don't look. Because I'm a ex-CIA agent, I got to kill those guys, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's End of a Gun.
End of a gun. Well, I should have known that he's the master.
You
Alright.
typed the motherfucker up, you sign it. That's my favorite fucking gun y'all took. Because
Y'all.
it's about to get dark. Darkness is our friend. $1 million buy a lot of shit, baby.
And then
What?
from the same movie, I just really, really love this line. So I'm just gonna listen to one more. I think this is my favorite quote of his of all time.
Okay.
I love the fuck out of cookies. I love the fuck out of cookies.
I don't know why does he speak like that. Like he's really drunk, and he's like
He's got to be.
he's really drunk, and like this black ghetto dude.
Yeah.
Why does he have to speak like that?
He has that problem. There's do you know the comedian Tom Segura?
Yeah.
So yeah, Tom Segura's got a
I don't
great
know.
bit about Steven Seagal where he, depending on what your ethnicity is, he'll just try to imitate who you are back to you.
Okay.
And so he's like, he always tries to do like handshakes with like black people, he'll bow at every Asian regardless of, like where you're actually from. He's going to bow at you. And it's so true too. Like the more you watch these movies, it's like, oh no, he's going to interact with somebody. Like how weird is he about to be right now?
Hey, don't worry, Michael Myers. This is a quiz. Everybody's got to answer. And also, Lumor says it's getting obvious that I need to watch all Seagal movies again.
I think I have one more.
All right.
Maybe two more. Okay.
What?
Why don't you guys speak English?
Okay, this is a video. I watched your video. This was from your video, and I watched it like today, or was it yesterday? So I know this one. So in the audience, answer it. Speak English.
I know Myers knows. Hey, there you go. You got it.
Eat has a 2 also says it's a China salesman.
It sure is. Oh my god. It's so ridiculous. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you guys speak English?
I also want to point out that Seagal's belly covers a fourth of the background.
That's
that whole
fantastic.
chair. You can't, like, somebody could be sitting in that other chair. You would never know.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing. And then the last one is, I think, the most iconic thing he's ever said. So this one, I think a lot of people should get.
All right.
You guys speak English. Because now, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Yeah.
Everyone should know this.
That's the best line ever. I will snatch every motherfucker birthday. I will snatch every motherfucker's birthday. What? So you're gonna rob people out of their birthdays?
Birthday money.
It doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be like this very cool thing, very cold-blooded thing to say, but it's just weird.
Yeah, you got it, Myers.
Oh my
God.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
We were talking. I was talking about this to my fiance yesterday because, again, I bring up Seagal too much now.
I realized.
And what he is meaning to say is he will kill you, and therefore you cannot celebrate your birthday anymore. So he's going to take all your birthdays away. But it just, I don't know if that was all improv or if the line was something else, and he just, because he always throws a motherfucker or a fucking or whatever he can, like, if he can cuss more while saying it, he's going to do it.
Yeah, for sure. But that would be a great line to write in somebody's birthday card.
Oh my god, my friend! I'm going to a friend's birthday today at 2 p.m.
All right,
I gotta reopen the card. I gotta write it.
you gotta write the birthday. I'm gonna snatch your motherfucker birthday.
All right, here's the clip to that one, and then my one-liners are done.
Because now, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Okay. Wait, I'll stop sharing.
Oh man.
God, it's so good, and he's so serious. His face has so much attitude in it when he says that line.
Oh shit, that's awesome. But hey, I wrote down a few lines. I don't have cool clips like you did, but also I would like to ask you and from the audience. I will say a line and I will try to articulate it as good as I can, but cut me some slack because
I need a Seagal voice out of you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and one of all time. We have been quoting this with our friends, and this is easy. This is way too easy, and this is classic line. Yeah. I'm gonna take you to the bank, Mr. Senator. To the blood bank.
That's
you
brilliant.
probably know this.
All right, I want to wait for the crowd.
Man of action.
Oh,
He's the
it.
first one. I thought it's very easy. It's very easy.
To the blood bank.
To the blood bank. And he's alone in the room watching TV. And why does he have to say it? Because nobody's listening.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. This is also pretty cool. It's from a little bit newer film.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
If that's the best you can do, then I just have to kill you. Sorry. If that's the best you can do, then I just gonna have to kill you.
Ooh. That's the best I can do. I'm a little stumped. I'll wait to see if somebody...
I was actually surprised that you didn't use this line in your video. Because
maybe I skimmed over it. But I mean, that's brilliant.
Michael Myers knows the answer. The Glimmer Man. Yes.
Oh.
The Glimmer Man.
The Glimmer Man.
You know, when the end, the bad guy is punching. I think Steven lets him punch him one time in the nose, and the nose starts to bleed, and then he's just like surprised. Huh? That's it? If that's the best you can do, then I'm just gonna have to kill you. And then he throws him off the balcony, and he gets impaled with these spikes from that fence. That's great stuff.
Amazing.
Okay, next classic line. What's the essence of man?
Oh yeah. I 100% know that.
I think
and it's one of my favorite movies of his of all time.
Yeah, this is actually quite a good moment in that film. And I mean by really. It's actually a good moment. Yes, there's plenty of right answers in that. It's easy. Okay, the next one is probably... Okay.
Okay.
I just noticed something, but yeah, let's go. Wait a second, I need a prop here. Okay, now I can do justice to this line. This is my gun. This is my gun. This is my bat. This is your trophy. This is your trophy. Now come and get it. Does anybody know this? It's not a Nico.
It is not Nico. No, it's not. But it's one of the... It was actually... Well... First 5 movies.
Yes, Arsi seems to be right. It's Out for Justice.
Yeah, it is. very Seagal gun, by the way, or like Men in Black. That gun is massive.
Yeah. This is my gun. Here's my gun. Here's my badge. This is your trophy. This is your trophy. Now come and get it.
Yeah, I get... So, because a lot of Seagal's movies are around, military guys, and he's either a soldier or a special forces or a cop or whatever it is. Like, that whole world of guns and weapons is so foreign to me. Like, I don't know anything about it. And occasionally I will ask in a video, hey, down in the comments, tell me if you guys know X, Y, and Z. And I get so many people who immediately become gun experts. And some of them really actually know. I think they know what they're talking about, and I've learned quite a bit. But they're so funny. I asked one time if you could hear the difference between types of guns, because in Cartels, this guy says, "I heard some M4s," and I was like, "Can you hear an M4?" Versus aren't guns just supposed to be loud? And I think I have maybe 200 answers now of people saying, "Yes, you absolutely can," and then other people going, "Absolutely cannot." And I created a bit of a war in the comments.
Yeah. All right. I have few lines there, and if you want me to perform it, I will do it to you.
Yes, please.
Okay, this actually is okay. Not. I will take that later. Okay, I kind of combine these following three because we have been doing this since we were kids, quoting these lines. I know
Okay.
we shouldn't have done that because it's pretty foul-mouthed dialogue, but we love it. We love it. But okay, here goes. I'm crazy to do that. Okay. Wait a second. Richie ain't here. You know why Richie is not here? Because he's a chicken-shit pussy fucking asshole. And you was still sucking your thumb while your brother was downtown sucking dicks. You're just all the same. You wouldn't happen to know that Richie owns this place and sells narcotics here because he's a fucking puke and likes to pervert kids and stuff.
Kiss and stuff.
And stuff. And lapsia,
Oh my
children,
God,
and somebody, some other things.
That is such a classic movie. That scene, that whole scene is amazing.
Yeah. That scene made me fell in love with Steven Seagal because I have never seen somebody behave like that especially in a mainstream,
Right.
Okay, quotes mainstream film, because he is like threatening people and he is just beating the hell away from everybody in that scene, and it's amazing. And of course, in real life, if you would do that, why they all like wait for their turn,
Oh yeah. There's like 4 people behind him waiting to get, kicked in the nuts or hit with a pool ball or something.
Yeah. So why did that just go with a crowd and grab him? I don't think Seagal would have stand against with all these guys.
Oh, the whole anybody seen Richie scene. Did anybody see Richie? And
Anybody see Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo? I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie. And I really love the Brooklyn accent in that scene also. It's thick accent.
Didn't I can't remember who in the cast, but somebody in the cast who was from Brooklyn.
William Forsythe.
Yeah, is that it? And Seagal told William Forsythe that his Brooklyn accent wasn't as good as Seagal's.
Yeah, and he was, hey man, I'm from here.
Yeah, he's like, I live here, dude.
I'm come from here. And I also heard that in the same thing, he punched him. He punched it several times. He punched William Forsythe when they were doing scene. And
sure.
That was usual Steven Seagal trope, what he did back then especially. And those wise guys back then from Brooklyn heard about that. And Warner Bros. Had to hire like a bodyguard for Seagal because they were afraid that those guys would grab him. Trying to take revenge on beating up their favorite actor from the hoods.
I think in the mid-90s, Seagal, early 90s, Seagal actually, there's a story, I don't know how true it is, but got put into a car with a bunch of mobsters, and basically they told him to stop pretending to be them because they don't want anything to do with him. And they threatened his life pretty much.
Okay, I haven't heard that, but I would be surprised.
Yeah, I can't remember, because there was a guy in the early 90s who was a producer for some of his movies. And it turns out that guy had ties to, I think, the Italian mob. And he had a few actors in the early 90s make movies for like a huge portion of their profit to go to the mob. And then there was a huge court case. Nasso. Nasso's his last name. Something Nasso.
Julius Nasso.
Julius Nasso, yeah. I was right around that same time, I think, is when he got threatened by the mob, and that's when he stopped being Italian in his movies.
Didn't he produce Under Siege and Under Siege 2 and On Deadly Ground at least? Or do I remember?
I think he was like a co-producer or whatever like lower tier producer is, and then he became a main producer for I think 3 movies in the 90s.
Okay.
But he was on, I want to say, like 6 of his movies that he worked on.
All right. Okay, one more line and then we can proceed with our lists. And
Yes.
probably this is easy too, but I will also require this prop for my improv. And I am the other guy now, and I'm doing this. Look at this, no bullets. I'm out of bullets. That's too bad, because those bullets would have saved you a lot of pain. It's okay, because I like pain, you know. Dish, dish, dish.
Oh, is that? We just talked about this movie.
I'm out of bullets. That's too bad, because those bullets would have saved you a lot of pain.
Gino.
Yeah, Gino.
Yeah.
All my lives were from same movie.
I mean, it's how can you not? Yep, Michael Myers is right. Yeah, Out for Justice.
No, it's Out for Justice, and Gino in the end, Richie in the end, he's out of bullets, so Steven just starts beating him up. And when I remember this too, I need to address this too, because I think you also featured this in your video, and I think this is one of the, like, I don't know even what to say about what kind of a kill, but it's weird kill. In the same movie, remember this guy from Attica, and he has been punched his teeth off, and he has been punched with a pool ball in the forehead, and he has like this bruise in his forehead, and I think he's missing his teeth. But I have always wondered why this guy goes in the same evening. He goes drinking with these guys. Isn't he even in pain? He has been beaten off his teeth. Like
I think you'd have a concussion too, right? Like
like would it be like time to say to yourself like, okay, I need to lay low for a while. I need to stop drinking and going to the bar with these people.
Yeah, you think you would reevaluate your life a little bit.
But not this guy. He goes, he tries to kill Seagal, and Seagal grabs him and pulls him from off this balcony or something and punches his head through the wall, to the wall, I mean. And then he stands up and says, "Fuck you, cop," and Steven kicks him. He kicks him in the balls so hard he dies. Do you remember this scene?
Yeah. Something I've always loved about those old movies is like the old action movie, you would have one guy, he would fight 10 people, and he would absolutely destroy the first 9. And then the 10th guy still wants to fight him one-on-one.
Yeah, why?
And I'm like, have you not been watching the whole time? Like, if there was 3 of us and a guy beat up 2 of my friends, I would just run away at that point.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to fight him.
Yeah, I have thought about the same thing. Especially the martial arts movies. You see 10 of your friends get kicked out, and this guy is like invincible. So what makes you think that you have his number? I'm the guy who's gonna take this guy out. Especially when everybody's been talking about this guy is like on a rampage. He has killed people. Wouldn't you be like afraid? Okay, this shit is not for me. I don't get paid enough to go against this guy. Like, okay, I'm through. Bye bye. Why?
Yeah, there's two bodyguards, and the guy immediately breaks your friend's arm without even trying. I'm done. I'm running away. I'm quitting that job, and I'm never coming back.
Please don't hit me. I'm not gonna do anything.
It's not worth it. I'll get paid like $14 an hour. Just go in, man.
Exactly. All right. Should we continue our list? Probably.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Also, Mike Myers talking about the scene in Commando. You've seen Commando, right?
Yeah, of course. Obviously.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Oh, no, you saw Commando on 35 millimeter film, didn't you?
Yeah. We went to the Cinemadrome screening in my hometown. It was
that's right.
Yeah, it was the best screening ever. But Michael Myers says. What was the comment you was?
Just when they're in the mall, and the girl rats him out because she's like, this guy's stalking me, and she didn't know who Arnold was yet. And all the security guards in the mall dogpile him, and he throws like 10 people off all at once because he leaps up and... Oh my gosh. But I mean, right before that, he literally flips a phone booth with his bare hands. Like he picks up a phone booth with a person in it and throws it.
Yeah.
And then 10 people still want to fight him after that?
Yeah, and this one guy goes, he's one gigantic motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, number 4, Mr. RedEye, and your worst of Steven Seagal's films.
Ooh, number 4. Contract to Kill, even though it is quotable, because Contract to Kill is a newer one. It's basically about there are, oh gosh, I don't even know the two factions, but there are terrorists that try to sneak in to Mexico through the border, and they're going to Istanbul. I can't remember where they're going, but anyways, it's him just killing like 3 high priority terrorists.
Of course.
But it's so bad. Not only is the movie itself terrible, but like, you know those movies where the writers couldn't figure out a natural way for us to learn like the plot or learn who people are. So there's just this exposition dump where somebody just sits there and just tells you exactly what you need to know as an audience member. So yeah. I think Seagal does that, I want to say about 5 times in this movie, where he just talks for 6-7 minutes straight, going, well, you got to go kill this guy because he's the leader of the blah, blah, blah. And he just rambles for 6-7 minutes and people barely chime in. And he knows all the facts somehow. He knows like alarm codes to other people's houses and they never explain it. And it's so bad. But I can't stand when somebody just sits there and tells you the whole plot. Like they figured it out somehow.
It's so lazy writing. So lazy.
And it's not a good movie in the first place. Like if it had good production value and that writing, maybe. But it has both that are bad. So I can't.
What was the name of the film?
Contract to Kill.
Contract to Kill. Yeah, sure.
That's a newer 2016.
2016. Oh my god.
Another 2016 movie.
That was a very good year for Steven Seagal.
God, what did he do? Like 5? No, oh my god. 6 movies in 2016.
Was this the film which was shot in the desert where he is in the sniper tower?
Oh, Sniper Special Ops. The one that it sounds like the name of a video game. And they made it a movie. That was also 2016.
Well, what a great year. All right. Hey, what is your best number 4?
My best number 4, going on my personal favorites list again.
Yes.
Out for a Kill.
Out for a Kill. Okay.
Because he's an archaeologist somehow, which I just find the idea of Seagal with a normal job like that is hilarious to me. And then halfway through the movie, he fights a guy who can literally climb on walls like a spider, and they never explain it. And it's so bizarre. The plot is just ridiculous, but it's actually it's filmed okay. Some of the graphics are horrible, like some of the CGI where they do slow motion bullets flying. Yeah. And it looks like if you ever try to learn the program Blender, which is an animation tool.
I know.
Tutorial number 1 is how to animate a flying bullet, and it looks identical to the bullets in that movie. And so when I saw it, I was like, you had some intern learn Blender, and they made a few bullets. But I love it. I love the movie. It's just ridiculous.
Do you remember the year it was made of?
Oh,
I don't think it matters even, but since I started it.
He wasn't massive yet. 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Professor Robert Burns. He was a professor. I
can totally believe that Steven went for like 10 years and learning to be an archaeologist. I can imagine that.
Oh yeah, he's very gentle, which is what you need to excavate very precious old things. So
I think I probably have seen this, but this is one of those that I have graciously forgotten. But I sure I watched your video and I remember this archaeologist part from this.
yeah, he doesn't even know what he's doing. Like at the dig site, there's him and his assistant, and then I think like 12 miscellaneous people. They're in the middle of the desert, so in theory, he should know everybody there because like that should be his dig. But then the other 10 people all try to attack him and like set him up and try to hide drugs in his like vase that he found or something. And then you come to realize he doesn't know any of those people. It's like, let me get this straight. You're in the middle of nowhere. 10 other people show up and you just thought that was normal. Like the setup is so stupid.
Of course. Yeah. All right.
What are yours?
All right. Let's check out mine number 4. Worst number 4. I gotta go with this one. Tappava salaisuus. It means the little secret, but is actually called Fire Down Below. And this too is not that bad of a film, but I have to include that on my list because I remember being very disappointed at this film because you have to remember Steven's previous film, was it? It was On Deadly Ground, probably.
Glimmerman.
What was Glimmerman come?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did On Deadly Ground, Under Siege 2, and then he was in executive decision for about 10 minutes. Okay. And then Glimmerman, and then Fire Down Below. Okay,
so, but clearly Glimmerman and Under Siege 2, they were pretty good films. And then, and I remember seeing this in cinemas in Finland back in the day when it was new, and we were like so excited. Oh yeah, how bad it's gonna be? How many people he's gonna kill in this movie? And when we came out, man, we were disappointed. We were, man, fuck this film, because. Like I said, it's not a terribly bad film, but it's got a sensible plot, and it's got Chris Christopherson in that film, and also that lady actor from what's her name? Mark Helgenberger from Species, and also Harry Dean Stanton. So it's got pretty good cast for a Steven Seagal film, but it's so generic, so mediocre and generic. So I really can't recommend this, and but for sure I think probably this is way more better than like the film he did like 10 years later. But that is my number 4. This one,
and I think he wears about 6 different jackets in that movie.
Yeah, as well. You point that out too. Exactly. How many wardrobes he has with him when he goes on a mission?
A lot, yeah. But my favorite little fact from that movie, that was during the time when Seagal was like starting to write music and playing guitar, and he thought that he was amazing. And was it Levon Helm, the band literally called The Band, which was like the backing band to a bunch of famous people back in the day. He tried to convince him not only to reunite the band, but to kick one of the original members out so he could be lead guitarist instead.
Oh, man.
I just like
very Seagal-like.
Yeah, just the ego of thinking that he could actually convince somebody to do that is hilarious.
Yeah, but I would love to say that it's a good bad film, but it's really not a good bad film either. It's generic in my opinion, and very disappointing. So that's my number 4, but fortunately we have a good film on my number 4 list, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is vaarallisella alueella, which means that at the deadly ground, at the dangerous territory, but this is On Deadly Ground, the only film Steven Seagal ever directed, at least as of now.
Yep, it's amazing. Actually, when we first started the live stream, there was a lot of people in chat talking about it.
Yeah, but this is an amazing film. It actually would rank higher up on the list, but I will later explain why. I remember this was so-called 18-rated film in Finland, and it came out in 1994. And back there was this local theater where in my home suburb where I grew up, and those guys didn't ever ask for, like IDs. So we went to see Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fictions, and True Romances, all that.
Yep,
But for some reason, this never came out to our local theater. So, and in Finland, we had this thing, if your film is rated 18, and when it comes out on home video, then it has to be cut down for 16 age limit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And motherfuckers, they really did a whole number on this movie.
Oh, sure
it was so torso and so crappily cut film that you wouldn't even believe that. So we were so disappointed that we see it on video. Oh man, this is cut like into pieces, and we had to wait for FilmNet, which was like this premium channel. Cable channel, and they always showed uncut version, so we were waiting when does it come out on uncut form, and then man, we saw it, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but if you see a cut film and you are like a excited action movie enthusiast, and then you are imagining these things, what happens, because you remember this scene where they torture this old guy who is working with the pipes. And they get these large pipe scissors and they start cutting away his from the knee. Remember this scene?
Yep.
So of course that was cut, and we were imagining, oh shit, they like cut away his leg, and the blood starts spurting out from everywhere. Well, in the film, you really don't see like one drop of blood. So you can imagine a lot of harder film than it actually is.
Yeah, I have a good theory about a lot of the 90s Seagal movies and some of the 80s ones too, because back then, like, the standard was an hour and a half. Your movie had to be about an hour and a half. If it was much longer, people were afraid it was too long. And in today's world, they make 4-hour movies now, so it's like not a thing.
Sure.
But from what I've read, a lot of his old movies, he filmed with the intention of them being roughly 2 hours, and then editing, cutting 30 minutes away to fit the 90 standard. Yeah. So I would be curious to see 2-hour versions of some of those older movies to see if like some of the actual story makes more sense rather than just generic fight to fight,
Yeah, that would be very interesting to see. If there really exists like director's cut of On Deadly Crown, so cool. It would be so awesome. But I kind of doubt that Warner Bros. Will ever do, like even a 4K master from the theatrical cut, because we know what kind of a reputation Steven Seagal has nowadays, and I don't think big studios want to, promote this kind of, especially nowadays. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he lives in Russia now.
yeah, but let's hope that Putin will put out On Deadly Crown's director's cut. So, because I would like to see this, because it's a weird film, like it's a environmentalist action film with a lot of brutal violence. I think this may be the Steven Seagal's most brutal film.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah. I don't think only Out for Justice can challenge On Deadly Crown. Yeah, and it's got great music. Basil Boledori's music also in this film, and I don't think Steven Seagal is bad action director at all.
No, I think he's good, and it's got Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton's in it for like a tiny bit.
A small part. John C. McGinley is there.
That's it. I always just call him Dr. Cox because of the TV show Scrubs. I never remember his real name, and I feel so bad.
John C. McGinley, I really love his performance in this film. He's like very demented, like this teamwork, like this prep guy, you know, this like corporate guy, and there's no A in there's no A in, I don't know what he says. There's no I in team.
Yeah,
and
no
when
I in
he's
team.
killing somebody, there's no I in team when he blows somebody.
I just, my favorite Michael Caine scene is when he's filming the commercial.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We're here to raise a better tomorrow." And then they go cut,
animals.
and he goes, "Fuck, these animals stink."
Fuck these animals stink. Yeah. That's awesome performance. But speaking about kills, because Steven Seagal films has plenty of kills, and so does On Deadly Ground too.
Oh,
so let's talk about a little bit our favorite Seagal kills, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
As far as ones I was able to find clips of, I didn't have a ton of time, so I pulled out 2 of my favorite. And then we could just talk about the other ones.
All right. So you have a clip for us.
I have 2. Yeah, let me make sure I get the right.
Let's watch them and enjoy.
Let me see if I can find the right spot here. Okay, here we go.
All right.
And let me share. Oops, where are we? There we are.
All right.
Okay, let me know when you see that.
Let's watch it and put it on full screen, and now we put it on. Yeah, now we're ready for your clip, sir.
Okay, so the first one is from Urban Justice.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, but I think Urban Justice is like an actual good movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
Despite some other stuff in there, like I think for the most part it's good. But this is the most ridiculous kill from that movie by far.
I can't tell if you're trying to break this guy's back or fix a slouch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He climbs on top of a very large man, and he somehow just pulls his head up enough to break his back. And it's so, because he kills him that way. Like, he's dead after this. And I'm like, in what world are you strong enough to literally snap his back in half by just pulling up on him?
I don't think it's possible. I don't think
it is possible. I think if it was possible, chiropractors would kill way more people every day.
Yeah. Because bone structure is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. All right.
And then my other one is from Under Siege 2. It's when he kills... I call him Willy Wonka because I think he looks like Willy Wonka.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So I just clipped this for my own video, so my voice is in it too. But
yeah.
Escaped. Fucking Willy Wonka did too. And about here's where they ran out of money for special effects.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that's it. We're out of money. But I only animated...
This is so bad. This is so bad.
They just turn his body into fire and they put feet on it.
Don't mind.
Oh my god. I think that's in my top 3. I know that there's plenty of more like gory, brutal deaths, but how can you not put that in the list? Like, it's amazing.
I know the actor you're referring as Willy Wonka is Eric Bogosi, and he's from being films like Oliver Stone's Talk Radio, which is, by the way, a good film.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
That's so bad. I mean, couldn't they just write it off? You know, if you can't actually make it, so it looks very poor. And I mean, year was 1996. You know, there was better effects by that time than this.
Oh yeah. I mean, when did actually, I guess Jurassic Park was mostly practical effects, but there was a lot of movies in the mid 90s that had pretty good effects. So on the serious top 10 list, what I actually think is the crowd favorites, Under Siege 2 is very, very high on that list because
what is your
I
favorite?
think it's genuinely awesome. Spoiler alert on the top, like what I think the public would consider the best. I honestly think Under Siege 2 would be his #1 movie.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't say Under Siege 1 because, in my opinion, that movie was good because Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey, like not Seagal. He was in it, but I don't think he was the best part about it.
Well,
All right, what about you? What are your deaths?
My favorite there's a lot of good stuff, but maybe my favorite okay, one of the favorite kills, like we mentioned, this Screwface death in Mark IV Death, where
Yes.
he slices his face with a sword and then he pokes his eyes to the skull and then he lifts him up and cracks his neck, his back, and throws him to the elevator shaft. And of course, he has to get impaled by some cuts.
There's always various sharp objects in elevator shafts.
I mean, that's a great corpse kill. I mean, how many times does the bad guy have to die to be dead?
Oh my god, I would agree with you. I think that's easily top 3 most insane kills he's ever done.
And also, like we mentioned, also the Richie's killing in the Out for Justice. Like in the chat, somebody said also with the corkscrew in the forehead.
Yeah.
And after he has beat him like 5 minutes in a row, like busting his head with a frying pan and doing this aikido shit on his face, like for mincing his face to the minced meat, like for minutes. So I think that Richie's death is pretty spectacular.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
And also Tommy Lee Jones' death in the Under Siege.
I was hoping you'd bring that one up
because that is so awesome. It's so great knife fight, and that, in the 90s and in the 80s, they knew how to make payoff for your action scene.
Oh,
and hell yeah, it's a payoff when Seagal stabs the guy in the skull.
In the top of the head, and then he shoves his head into a computer monitor.
In the computer monitor, and before that he pokes his eye to the like it.
Oh yeah, he does.
It's brutal. And you know, I have here the Finnish VHS version, and you might expect that that's cut from that scene, and it was edited so that they're fighting with the knives, and then Tommy Lee Jones attacks Seagal, and he just kind of nudges him, and his head goes to the monitor.
I see.
But it actually was done pretty well. You couldn't know that if you haven't seen the uncut version.
Oh, Michael Myers said, well, Korner said the first Screwface kill, which also, throwing sand into his eyes, kicking him in the nuts, and then chopping his head off is
yes,
pretty bad.
Yes, indeed. But maybe also my very huge favorite. I don't know if this guy dies or not, but at least he is very seriously injured. When you remember the scene where he goes to in the Out for Justice, Seagal goes to the meat shop.
Oh,
to the butchers.
Yeah, in the front room, right?
Yeah, and he takes the meat cleaver and nails one guy's hand to the wall. I mean, that's amazing. I have never seen that happen in like in a Dirty Harry movie or even in Schwarzenegger Commando. You know, and that was amazing. Like holy shit, he crucified that guy's. Does he still punch him in the nuts with the sausage or something?
Oh yeah, no, that's always his move. Like, try to break bones, and if he can't, punch you, kick you in the nuts as many times as possible, or grab you in the nuts. He grabbed the guy in I think in that same fight actually.
Yeah.
He just straight grabs and twists.
But maybe that guy survives. Maybe he just goes to the hospital after that.
Mike Myers saying. Driven to Kill, where he pushes a gun through a guy's eyeball, is pretty insane.
I need to see that.
But
I don't remember.
Seagal Goes to the Meat Shop is a good name for a DVD chapter title.
Yeah, it would be great. One more in my list I have typed down because this is one of my favorites also, and this is the one from On Deadly Ground.
Yeah.
And this is like a weird kill in a sense because we remember in the movie Steven Seagal is considered a terrorist. You know?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how much these people who work in that oil rig know what's really going on. So basically they're just working there.
Yeah.
So there's these guys working in there, and Seagal goes to this room and he stabs this one guy in the cheek, and then grabs his head and smashes his face to the wall so that the end of the knife comes out of the back from his head.
Oh my god.
That's so brutal and so mean, man. Because
And he's just trying to get a paycheck.
yeah, he's just working there. He would hey, please don't kill me, man, because I got a wife and kids.
Yeah.
But no, not this Seagal boy. No. He sticks the guy to the face with a knife. Damn it.
Well, even the security at that place, like, just because a guy is holding a gun or has a gun in his holster, doesn't make him a bad guy. Like, he's not trying to destroy the planet. Like, he's just working there.
Yeah, because I think only bad guys there are Jennings, Michael Caine, and his upper level staff,
Right.
and also these mercenaries who he hires.
Right.
But not these regular workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he brutally kills them all. Fuck
Well,
him.
that's like saying if you were trying to go after, oh shoot, who's the biggest guy in the world? Jeff Bezos, like for Amazon.
Yeah,
Like you want to shut down Jeff Bezos, so you just break into an Amazon fulfillment center in like Oklahoma and start killing people. Like, it doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah, fuck that security. Let me get my knife and stick it into his eye. And the regular guy who just packages, like DVDs or toys or something, go, hey, what the hell are you doing? Why are you beating up my friend? Fuck you and die.
Right.
Oh yeah. But I think we better get moving on forward to the number 3. Are you ready to say your number 3 in your great list, Mr. RedEye?
Yes.
Worst number 3.
Worst number 3, Driven to Kill. So
Driven to Kill.
Driven to Kill. Yeah, it's let me tell you what year it is. And 2009. 2009.
All right. So what makes this in your list so close to the top?
So I don't know whether or not the director or whose idea it was, but there is so much just standing around and nobody saying anything in scenes, like literally looking at each other and not doing anything. I have evidence that I clipped to support my claim to this. So if you want to, I'll do a screen share one more time.
Yeah, sure.
Let me share again. This is in one of my videos, the video I made for this, but I think this just drives home the point. Not to mention his wife's makeup in the movie looks like she's dead. Like, it is so white. She's so pale, and I don't understand it.
Let's watch it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember your video.
And this wasn't hard to find. It's not like I clipped a bunch of stuff together to make it look quieter. Like, this is just in the movie. Why isn't anybody saying anything?
What? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Why is that there?
Maybe the director watched too much of Sergio Leone's films. So
he must. He's like, silence is where the movie's made. Let's have a ton of silence.
Yeah, man, just put on that eye of the tiger and everybody's gonna be scared of you. Man, that's right, man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Driven to stare, as Michael Myers points out.
Driven
That's exactly
to stare.
right.
Okay, how about the best number 3?
Best number 3 for me is Into the Sun, where he fights the I think
Into
they're
the Sun.
the Yakuza.
Actually, I watched your video and it made me want to see it.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get a year. It was a Into the Sun, 2005.
Into the Sun.
I genuinely, despite the weird, he's got a really weird relationship with the lady in that movie where it's like kind of his girlfriend.
Was it 2005? 2005.
2005, yeah.
Yeah, alright. No, yeah.
They fall in love way too quick. It's super awkward. Like, and he's never been good at selling, romance or actual romantic interest. Like,
you don't say.
Yeah, I know. And so in that aspect, it's bad. But honestly, I think if you replace Seagal with any other somewhat competent action star, the movie would be really, really good. Because all of the scenes just with the gangsters, when they chat with each other, or even the fight scenes, like, I think it's good. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah, like I said, your review wanted me to see it, but I'm pretty sure that I have seen it. But I don't remember it. But when I watched your video and saw the clips from it, it looked familiar to me.
Yeah.
And that was the time when I still watched Seagal movies. And not necessarily all of them, but when it came out, it was possible that I would render it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's mine.
All right. So let's see. My number 3s. Oh, yeah. What was it? My worst number 3 is this goddamn piece of shit called Against the Dark. Now, let me explain. I have seen this at least twice. I don't know why I still have it, but I remember we rented it and we were thinking about, oh my god, this is so bad. How can you go wrong? Steven Seagal, like Wesley Snipes, Blade kind of vampire hunter. Yeah. But yes, you can go wrong. You can go wrong when you hire a guy who wants to edit like a MTV music video, and also set your film in 1 or 2 corridors and empty rooms in a hospital.
Yes, in a hospital that all of them walked into under their own accord, and then all of them forgot how to get out of.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part to me, is it's like you walked into the place, you know how to get in.
Yeah.
Why can't you just leave the same way? Like the walls don't move.
Yeah, and at least in Finland, we have hospitals here. They have windows, plenty of them. You know? If you're in the first floor, it's not easy to get out. Break a window and go out. But these guys, they go, and it goes on and on. And it feels very long, very long. It's 90 minutes, at least according to this cover page here, but it feels like 2 hours at least.
Oh yeah, no, it drags on. It's got a bunch of there's this guy who I actually think is a good actor. I can't remember his name. He's an extra in like a lot of his movies. He's like a little side character.
Wait a minute.
He plays the deranged doctor in this one.
Ah, yeah. You pointed out.
Oh, I'm gonna butcher his name. Claude Blunt. Oh gosh, that's not. He's French. Claude. I put it in chat. It's like that. But he's in, I think, like 10 Seagal movies, and he's a genuinely good actor. I think he's really funny, and every time he's on screen, like, he steals the show.
Wasn't this very, very crappy one-liner when Seagal shoots this guy, like this doctor guy? What is it? Fuck you, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I
can't remember the exact line.
I love when you pointed out in your video that, yeah, I just take my knife because I know that Seagal cannot resist a good knife fight.
That's right. Yeah, you got to bait him into the knife fight because he always has a knife on him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, he could be that archaeologist. He still has like a 6-inch knife.
Yeah. But then he just shoots him with the shotgun.
Yeah. He tried his best. He knew his odds were against
he
him.
knew it, but he didn't have a chance against the Seagal. But it's a crappy film, but I think there's potential here, but they wasted it. They just wasted. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, my best number 3 is Hard to Kill. This is not necessarily one of the best Seagal films, but I have so great nostalgia bound to this because I think this was the first Seagal movie that I ever saw, and we quoted the shit out of the lines from this. I take you to the bank, Mr. Senator, to the blood bank. Oh, they must be smaller than I thought. When he shoots shotgun to the William Sadler's balls, and also it's a great line when he stabs the one guy with the pool stick in the neck and kicks him in the face and says, "That's for my wife. Fuck you and die."
Oh yeah, fuck you and die.
Fuck you and die. And he says it like he means it. He's angry.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you and die. And I think the film has very kind of original premise. Like this guy goes a coma for what was it? 5 years or so.
He grows the largest, most ridiculous beard in that coma as well.
Yeah. Jesus Seagal. And also this one line which is at the time wife says when he looks under the blanket the blanket and says, would you like that's my you have so great reason to live, and would you like a little pussy?
Oh yeah, and then she goes, just a little pussy, and she brings the cat over.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So action is not too bad in this film, and it also has a great hand-breaking sequence in the house attack scene. Do you remember?
Oh, near the end.
No, it's kind of in the midway in the movie when these bad guys attack to this house.
Is it when they shoot the little kid?
No, it was later when Steven Seagal is there recovering from the coma, and then he's practicing there.
Oh, yes.
And then the bad guys attack to this house, and you know what
that's
makes
a great scene.
Yeah, great action scene, and you know what makes me laugh also, always.
Huh.
So, see, Steven Seagal is at this house. He's a house guest over there. You know, he doesn't even know who owns this place. No. And then his friend comes over, and then they discuss something, and he gets pissed, and okay, I gotta go kill those motherfuckers. And then he takes his gun and shoot this statue and this decoration from. he just shoots without any reason. This other guys like this beautiful decoration of these statues and plants and. For no reason.
He just can't resist property damage. He loves destroying things.
Of course. But yeah, it's a great film unless you have seen it. You might want to check it out. I recommend it wholeheartedly. Yeah, that was my number 3. All right, I will type it down and see what's on the menu next. Okay, Hard to Kill. And that was probably 1990, unless I'm mistaken. So, next up on my list over here is nothing but number 2. So, let's move out next to the number 2s, shall we?
Number 2 worst for me is Out of Reach.
Okay.
There's, I think, 3 different voice actors that do voiceover for Seagal.
Yeah.
The body doubles themselves are so bad. I have a clip that we can watch later. But him walking down the flight of stairs, and it's clearly not him. Like, they're shooting another guy from the front who's supposed to be Seagal. That is terrible. And then the plot itself is so creepy. I never got behind it because it's literally he has a pen pal with a foster girl who's a teenager in another country. He's never met her. And then she stops writing to him, and he goes across the country to make sure she's okay. Like, that is the creepiest premise I've ever heard in my life.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Which year was it?
It was. Let's see. I gotta go back one. Out of Reach, 2004.
2004. So this is pretty new to say.
Yeah.
This might be something that I have seen, and this might be the moment that I was thinking about. So I really don't need to see Steven Seagal's new films again all the time, because these are getting worse and worse.
And then
the best
personal favorite, number 2, is Code of Honor, which is a newer one.
Of Honor.
Code of Honor came out 2016. It was that glorious year of 1,000 movies.
All right. So tell me a little bit about that.
It's basically they watched Fight Club, and then they thought that they could make their own version of Fight Club, but they're not nearly that creative. Because it's two different, like, soldiers, and then you're supposed to be left with this, like, are they the same guy? Are they two different? You know, we don't even know. There never was a second guy.
Oh.
But, like, there's no real payoff, and they just leave it open-ended at the end. But the reason it's terrible, first of all, is Seagal has decided he's just going to kill everybody that he thinks is bad. That's his, like, renegade vigilante.
Why not?
They call him a super vigilante, which is hilarious. But he just starts, like, he shoots a pimp at one point. He shoots, like, a couple of people doing drugs on a street for no reason.
Yeah.
And then he shoots somebody from across the city. And that's the scene where I'm like, I can't take this seriously anymore.
Yeah, I remember that scene from your video. Where does he shoot him from? Where?
Yeah,
like,
it goes down is the craziest part. Like, the camera goes up through a whole city and then back down onto a 2-story building.
Well, that's gotta be like some sort of a Lee Harvey Oswald, like magic bullet or something, because
It's gotta be.
That is like heat-seeking bullet, and he shoots that bullet from other side of town
and hits him in the head right before he gets in the car. So literally a moving target too.
That would be an impossible shot. I don't know too much about shooting guns and doing target practice, but I would be pretty sure that this is an impossible shot.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then near the end, when he's fighting the other guy who you're supposed to, you tell, are they the same person or whatever, a helicopter flies by, and Seagal doesn't want to be seen by it. So without warning, he just throws himself into a skylight of the building, and he falls like 2 stories. It just hits the ground, and then he gets up and he's fine.
Oh,
but I'm just like, what was that? Like, you just threw yourself into a skylight for no reason. Oh, it's so good.
I think you would get injured in real life.
I think you would just die. Like, you landed on concrete.
Yeah. All right. So you had some clip. Should we watch that now?
Oh yeah, I have a clip for Out of Reach.
Yeah.
And these are just. We'll just do the voiceovers.
All right.
And we can do the body doubles too. I can do them both.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start with. Let me find the body double clip because I have a few in here from a couple other movies, but. Okay. All right. Can you see this?
Yes. Let's put it on screen.
And again, this is from my own video because it was easier to find it this way, so I think I'm talking over it. But
that was not
It's
Steven
so
Seagal.
bad. Like,
That's
frontal
Seagal,
shot
apparently.
that he very obviously not Seagal. Did no one think?
like, look at that! Look at that guy. Who is that?
I don't know. But he's not Steven Seagal. That's
He's
for
not
sure.
even close. He doesn't look a thing like him.
And could you just make Steven Seagal walk and just cut there where this guy attacks? Use like a different angle or something.
Yeah, just cut. But like, they film him for so long too. Oh my god, it's terrible.
I think Steven was not available that day.
He probably called in, and then let me pull up the voiceover for that movie too, which will just cement the fact that this movie's terrible. Okay, same. Let me know. I think it should just pop back up. Maybe not. Okay, there we go.
Here's his actual voice.
This little girl means a lot to me.
And then we get this.
A true symbol of our friendship. At the same time, it pains me to know that others at the orphanage failed to recognize your special day.
And then a totally different voice for this.
How well did you know Mrs. Donata?
I didn't really know her very well at all. I just kind of met her in passing.
A couple times it sounds like this.
Yeah, Detective Lotta said you were having trouble with the tape. See, now this is a simple case of signal versus digital throughput.
And then we get this.
That's right. You saw who took the girls. Help me, Nikki, and I'll make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Why does it sound like he's threatening this child? Like he's about to kidnap this kid is what it sounds like.
Well, that is
it's so bad.
That's borderline confusing. You know, it sounds like different person is talking. You know, like,
and he's even walking away from him, like
Throughput.
like.
And then we get this.
That's right. You saw who took the girls. Help me, Nikki,
this
and
kid
I'll make
looks-
sure that this
He looks terrified.
yeah, he's an evil guy now.
It's like all supposed to be a good guy.
Oh
my
man.
God.
Oh, I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Yeah, so that's hard cemented in my list.
That is officially. That was from Code of Honor.
No, that was Out of Reach.
Out of Reach. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Great stuff, nevertheless. Oh, oh shit. Okay, is it time for my favorites?
Yes,
Or
please.
These favorites. Okay, so somehow this got there. So, my least favorite film of this list is, second least favorite is Patriot. Steven Seagal's this was the beginning of Steven Seagal's downfall, and this was the time when I actually expected Steven Seagal movie to come out, and this came out, and I think this was even released in cinemas in Europe and in Finland. I'm pretty sure that we went to see this in cinemas, but I could be mistaken. If somebody can correct me in the chat, but I have this recollection of that. But Patriot is so bad, it's so boring and poorly done, and I don't know why this film even is done. What is the point of having this film? You know, to do an action film without hardly any action.
Right.
It's like like a different script for whole different people. Man, like a leading man.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get behind it. It was the hardest part of it, the weirdest part for me was I think I watched that, was it, this year's been so long. I watched it earlier this year. Like way earlier this year.
It has been a long year for you.
It's been a very long year. But like it's more relevant today than I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
You know, the quarantine and all these crazy people in the world. And I was watching this movie and I'm like, oh man, they're talking about like supply shortages. They're talking about some epidemic there. And I was like, I don't know if I like watching this movie right now.
But there was one good scene in this film when the bad guy gets his wine glass shoved through his head.
Oh yeah,
That
he
was
breaks
pretty-
the stem off his wine glass and stabs him in the temple.
It was pretty original. That was pretty. This was probably
can give him
97. Yeah, but Patriot. These two, I think, has a promise, but it really doesn't deliver.
Right.
Very disappointing Steven Seagal film, if you can say that. But I can say that because this is second in my worst Seagal movie list. And the second best in this list is actually two films. Yes, I shared them with you because these both have great nostalgia value to me. And these both are pretty good films. And I was kind of amazed that you said that Under Siege 2 was better film of these two, because I didn't get that reading from your video.
Wait, you didn't get what from me?
I didn't get that reading from your video that you like this even more than this first one.
I think that's a more recent discovery because Under Siege 1 was the reason, Seagal thought he was untouchable because he did a few movies and he was actually a good action star. And then he did Under Siege and they brought in other really big names at the time. And I think that's when he thought, I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
Nobody can beat me. I'm at the top of the world. And then I think somebody pointed out in the chat as well, but the only reason he did On Deadly Ground is because Warner Brothers wanted him to do Under Siege 2. And he said, I will if you let me make my own movie, which is how that was birthed. But then Under Siege 2, you get the true Seagal. There's not a whole lot of people stealing the spotlight. And he's still fit enough that you can believe that he could actually get in these fights.
Yeah, I think so too, that Under Siege 2 can at least rival the first one because it has more action, kind of more exciting action, and this crazy satellite that is causing earthquakes.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You can do that for sure. And also, it's got some, the train as a fighting place, it may be more original place to fight.
Yeah.
But the minus thing is this poor bus boy. I think he's a little bit too jokey for this film. But I think I give it a pass. And also Everett McGill as a bad guy, he's very, intimidating guy. This here. In the back cover, in the top of the back cover. And both of these films have great action, but I think this has even more action, this sequel. And if you are wondering what this means, these are called Kaappaus merellä and Kaappaus raiteilla, which means hijack at the sea, and this is hijack on rails. And I would so much like to see the third movie in this series, and it would be Kaappaus avaruudessa, hijack in outer space.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Steven Seagal would be a cook in some spacecraft, and of course, there's gonna be terrorists. But this is my shared number 2 list of the best movies. Under Siege.
The weirdest part about Under Siege, the first one to me that I don't get, is the bad guys had all the power. They were in a really good spot, and then they all got on a submarine, and they just left the good guys on a very capable battleship.
Yeah.
And then they float away just in perfect range of their guns. I was like, if you're a submarine, immediately dive, first of all, if you're going to do this, because you need to get underwater. But you stayed above water and then just hung out and just hope that they didn't know how to use the guns?
I don't know. Maybe they figured out that they just can't operate the battleship, and they don't know where they're going. I don't know.
I hope. Yeah. That was the only part where I was like, man, you guys had it. You did so good, and then you literally set yourself up to get killed.
You know what my favorite scene is from Under Siege 1?
Yeah.
It's not got nothing to do with Seagal, but it's got there's Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones, and they are talking, and Gary Busey is dressed as a woman, and he's reading the reports. Oh my God, that motherfucker wanted me to go for a psychiatric evaluation, and then he looks like this crazy person. I mean, do I look like I need a psychological evaluation? And Tommy Lee Jones, not at all.
It's clear. I love that line.
It's clear that Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey had a lot of fun during the making of that film.
And so much energy from Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, it's amazing. Those two might be in my best, in the number 5 category of bad guys, duos in the films.
Oh, yeah.
In general. Yeah. Hey, I see in the chat they are talking about Steven Seagal's video game. So, what if I told you that Steven Seagal had his own Super Nintendo game, but it never got out?
I would buy it if it got out. I would.
Well, apparently it didn't got out because there, in fact, does exist a video game called Steven Seagal is the final option? Yes, sir is.
No.
Yes, sir is. Let's reset this sucker.
Who is that?
And I'm gonna show it to you. This game. I have a Super Nintendo controller here, and let's see what is this game about. So this was made in, was it 1904 or something? But let's see. Steven Seagal is the final option.
Oh my god.
Alright, so it begins like a Seagal movie.
I still have my working Super Nintendo too.
I don't think you have a cartridge, but this is a ROM. You can get this if you know where to get it. But let's see. Steven Seagal attacks the chemical weapons depot. Alright. Underground storage area. Target number 1. So clearly, I get punched in the balls, kicking the balls.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So it's like a fighting game and adventure game. It's a doctor. Punch him in. Yeah, kick him.
It's a side scroller. You can go up and down. This is
amazing.
It's amazing. I genuinely had no. Oh my god, I had no idea that they made a video game.
It is true. Let me check. These are like these factory workers from On Deadly Ground. But for some reason, this was the final option for the game makers, this Steven Seagal, because they never finished the game for some reason.
Oh, it only goes to here. Oh no, he jumped.
These things doesn't do anything. They are just like empty screens. I think they are supposed to put there something, but they are all. And the enemies respawn. Now I felt. One cool thing is you can select your point, and apparently Steven Seagal is on Enterprise, so he's teleporting in the battle zone.
You can teleport. Of course, you can teleport.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's Steven Seagal's stunt double.
Absolutely.
Hey, don't kick me. I'm the kicker here. Do you, in the audience, did you know about the game? Oh. Oh my.
I need to get this ROM.
Yeah.
I need to somehow put it on a blank SNES cartridge.
I think this is something that you should do in Karate Corner also.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Steven Seagal is the final option.
He's the final option.
Yeah.
Why are there bones all over the place?
I don't know. I don't know what's
like whole grave sites of dead people.
I really don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot. He shoots also. From the corner.
He doesn't even need to shoot with all those kicks.
Oh. Oh yeah, I will shoot this guy over there. Oh man. Okay, but you probably get the point of this great looking Steven Seagal game. So I think you really should do an episode on that too, because you are so high up there with all the Seagal releases, so maybe that is something.
How did I didn't even know it existed, so it's definitely on the list.
Alright. Steven Seagal is the final option. So, let's move on to the final section of our chat, shall we? Number one in your list is
of worst, right?
The worst Seagal films by RedEye Reviews.
I think the worst movie he's ever been in was Kill Switch.
Kill Switch. Okay, why?
And you can't watch it in one sitting. Like the editing, there's so many jump cuts. He throws a guy onto a table and they have to replay it 5 times of him falling onto this table. There's a guy who gets thrown out of a window, and I think they literally replay it 8 times in the movie. Like, it's terrible. And then there's so many jump cuts because, for one, they're trying to do that like edgy, like Jason Bourne style, whatever, like shaky cam. And they're also trying to show you, look, this is Steven. It's totally not a stunt double. So like they have to cut around so much stuff. But like I got like motion sickness. Like I had to pause the movie I think twice while watching it because my stomach started to hurt because there were so many cuts.
Yeah, I laughed out loud when I watching your video. This editing is so out of the place, so bonkers. Like somebody is like trying real hard to be like this very original guy. Like, yeah, dude, yeah. I've seen Natural Born Killers. I can do that shit. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. That came out in 2008.
Yeah, because I think I have seen it, or at least tried to watch it, and I was like wondered. I probably stopped the film because of the editing. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I couldn't watch.
It hurts. And then my personal favorite, number one, you have on your list, but I just have it a lot higher, which is On Deadly Ground.
On Deadly Ground, yeah, baby, and yeah.
The reason it's my personal favorite is because it's the truest look into Seagal's mind that we will ever get. Because he got a direct, he got like pretty much all creative say in everything, and he was still fit enough to do stuff, and he wasn't outcast to the point where he couldn't get amazing actors like Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I think it's like if you want like the perfect Seagal movie, it's On Deadly Ground, just because it's violent. The plot doesn't really make sense because he's like killing people and destroying places to save the environment, which is ridiculous.
And you know what I find funny also, that they are this oil company is forced to activate this oil rig, even they know that it's gonna explode. But Steven is trying to prevent that by exploding it. Mm-hmm. Why? And this old guy, he has found that they are using faulty like these insulators. Where do you buy faulty insulators?
Do people sell faulty insulators?
These are cheap, but they doesn't work. You should know that.
Or his whole spirit quest is why one of the reasons I love it, because he falls into a river, he fights a grizzly bear, which is insane. And then he has a vision where there's a super attractive lady in a bed, or a very old lady shaking a rattle. And he goes over and sits with this old lady. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like this is the truest look into Seagal's mind, because he got to do whatever he wanted. It's amazing.
And was it you who pointed out in your video that the ending scene, when he talks about the environment things, it ran like 15 minutes or half an hour?
The original cut. Yeah, I think the original cut was like 17 or 18 minutes of him talking about how we need to protect the environment. And it was like, okay, you just blew up an oil refinery. You killed the bad guy. We're at an all-time high. And now we have an 18-minute like powwow where you're going to make us feel bad about ourselves. Like, what a weird way to end a movie.
And I would be certain that he would get prosecuted. He would get arrested and prosecuted. Yeah. Dude, you killed like 30 people.
Yeah, one good deed, which you can even argue was a good deed because nobody asked you to do it, doesn't like delete 50 people you killed and $1 billion of property damage.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Not to mention the environmental destruction.
Right.
you caused by when you try to protect it. So
Yeah.
so that,
I'm excited though. What's your one?
yeah, let's see my one list. I will put in the Deadly Ground 1994. Excellent. So my list for the worst Steven Seagal movie ever, and I remember watching this back in the day, and I remember being wholeheartedly amazed how bad a film can be. And I'm talking about none other director than Albert Pyun, and he directed this film called The Ticker. Or is it only a ticker? Yeah. But Steven Seagal and Dennis Hopper and Tom Sizemore in one bomb diffusing film, and this is so. I mean, man, this is so. I don't even know how to begin. Oh, the only reason I have this in my shelf because, okay, so I would probably I really like this more than I like, let's say, Exit Wounds, but this is so bad that it's so laughably bad.
Yeah.
All Albert Pyun's films are just bonkers. Are you familiar with Albert Pyun?
Not intimately, no.
Not intimately. Well, you should get acquainted with this guy.
He did Cyborg, I think, though, right?
Yes, he did Cyborg and Nemesis,
okay, yeah.
and he did also the Nemesis sequels, and you might want to check them out because I think that would be something to make a video of it. Because
absolutely,
if you can understand those films, you're in for a ride. I recently did a video about cyber kickboxers in the future, and it featured a lot of Albert Pyun's films. So. Definitely a guy who you need to intimately get known to.
Absolutely.
But this is just bullshit, and probably the worst green screen effects you ever see.
Oh yeah.
I think you featured them in your video as well. So
one of the craziest scenes in that is Tom Sizemore is interviewing that lady, and it was 2 takes. There is no way their dialogue was supposed to be, say the same thing twice. But he literally is like, and where were you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, I just did whatever. And then he goes, uh-huh. And then where were you, blah, blah, blah. And they say like word for word, the same thing. And at first, like, when I first watched it, I had a few drinks. And I was like, did that happen? Did I just make a mistake? Or was that in the movie? And I had to rewind it. And it's like, no, they just put the same dialogue twice.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Because to increase duration of the film. Because
yeah.
Albert Pyun films are usually they're under 80 minutes, but at least this back cover says this is 88 minutes. So that's gotta be 88 minutes of pure hell or pure gold. It all depends the way you see the world.
Exactly.
Okay, so Michael Myers has been guessing the list, though, but probably Michael Myers is not too hard to guess my number 1 on the list.
Right. I have to see his guess. I'm sure he's on it.
Ticker. I don't remember the year, but I don't know. So now
I can get it while we're waiting.
Let's wait. Okay. 2001. Yeah. I don't know why did I choose to put these years because nobody cares, but yeah. Okay, Mr. Molo Young says, Out for Justice, and you, sir, are quite right about that. Out for Justice, this is indeed my favorite Seagal movie of all time. All because of its no-nonsense attitude. Now, I don't remember, I think this attitude, not even Chuck Norris can compare with this Seagal's attitude. I think this deserves a lot more attention because this ball-busting attitude and, all those crazy, like, Godfather references that this film has. And, the classic fight scene at the butcher shop, yeah, that's in this film. And classic fight scene in the pool bar. And the classic fight scene in the end, in the and I forgot to mention, it's great writing in this film. So Seagal is the whole film he tries to find Richie, right?
Yeah.
But he can't go nowhere. He doesn't know where Richie is. But this one kid calls Seagal and, hey, I saw he went to that house.
Yeah.
This is how the plot is, like solved.
They had no other way. They were like, okay,
what's happening?
Realistically, he has a whole city. There's no way he could find out something that nobody wants to tell him. Like, oh, just have somebody tell him.
And I also like I recently watched Dirty Harry, and I was thinking like it was big deal back then. I like considering how right wing the film is, but
yeah.
This is a right-wing film because all the cops. What does the police chief does when Seagal is clearly going out for a revenge? What does the police chief do? Well, here, have a car, and there's an unmarked shotgun. He clearly says it's an unmarked shotgun. So basically, he says that go around. Go crazy, go kill some people.
Yeah. They'll never know it's us.
yeah. And also, there's a dialogue which I remember, and that if you kill a cop in this town, you know you're gonna die. and Richie doesn't want to escape. He wants to die in his own territory.
Yeah.
How would you figure out that? so that is definitely, if you go to Brooklyn and you accidentally kill a cop, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, this is my all-time favorite kill. Great.
That's a great number one.
Yeah. So great, but I think we have talked enough about this film in this show, and maybe our 2 hours they are already past. But
yep.
Yeah.
Time flew,
right? Oh, it's always. Time runs always fast when you do live show, and this was my first live show with a guest, and time sure fly even faster then.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you inviting me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was very, very, very nice to have you on the show, and I have also like to congratulate on your channel. It has been growing like a wildfire recently.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So it was great that you still wanted to do this show, even though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But in the end, I would like to ask you this question: what Steven Seagal sequel would you want to see, and who would be in it? Besides Steven Seagal, of course.
Ooh. That's a really, really good question.
How about you in the audience?
Yeah, somebody think of something and give me a second.
The kid with the bottles of water was the key, says Michael Myers. Exactly. Yeah, the kid with the bottles. Always buy water when you are finding killer in Brooklyn, because you might get a clue that is a key to the mystery.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it full circle. Back to the first one I ever watched, which was Maximum Conviction.
Yeah. Okay, sequel to Maximum Conviction.
They made a sequel, because here's the thing. The end of Maximum Conviction, the characters talk as if there's supposed to be another, like, plot. He's like, meet me down in New Orleans. I got another mission for you. And so, like, you think it's going to happen. And then, obviously, they never made a sequel. But if you do Maximum Conviction, you can keep... Actually, no, the best one would be to cast Goldberg instead of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but treat him as if he's the same character. That would be icing on the cake for me. That would be incredible.
Yeah, this could be like Expendables, like Maximum.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there's a team,
And he could bring back some of the other like people, because he had a lot of wrestlers. Yeah. George St. Pierre. He could bring back some of the rappers that he used to do movies with in the 90s. Like, just have a whole Expendables Seagal verse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
And what about Jean-Claude Van Damme? Throw that in.
If he would, I'd be curious to see those two working in a movie together because they're both divas. So I'd be curious to see who wins out.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger, he could be a 5-minute guest in that film too.
Oh yeah, just walk in, hand him a mission.
Yeah,
go about.
Come on, you gotta go kill them all, yeah, because I trained you in the CIA and now you're the best. Now come on, you need to show me that you can still, it's still in your heart. Come on, do it for me now.
Do it now. That's brilliant. That's a great Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, but I really do think that Steven Seagal should direct a sequel to On Deadly Ground 2 because this is contemporary. This is even more, even more urgent today than it was back in year 1994. Yeah. So clearly, the nature needs to be rescued from human beings, and who else would be better to do that than Steven Seagal? And he could get Indian powers, so he can attack what was the big oil line that they were building in United States?
Oh, yeah, the transatlantic oil, is that right?
Yeah. So maybe Steven Seagal as an Indian could attack that line and kill some 100 workers who are building that.
I like Film Fin in the comments said on Deadly Ground 2, Seagal would blow up all of Alaska and wrestle 2 bears.
Hey, that's a movie right there. That's a movie. Oh, that would be the opening of the movie.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, on that note, I think we are done for the evening. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree.
Enjoy your evening.
I hope you had great time visiting in the channel, and also, hey, make sure all you in the audience subscribe to RedEye Reviews and watch the Seagal films, Seagal reviews, and also Van Damme's. Go do that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe someday in the future we can do a part 2 to this on your channel.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Because there's so lots of great action stars that need to be addressed, like Steven Seagal, or hell, we just scratched the topic of Steven Seagal. Maybe we do another one of these some other time. And also, if you are came here from a RedEye Reviews channel, could you do me a favor and subscribe to this channel too? Because I do this kind of stuff. This was the last live broadcast for this year, but the next year is coming soon, so there's gonna be a lot to talk about from videos and shit. Yeah. Okay, hey, I wish you a good Sunday because our day is just...
Oh yeah, I gotta go be an adult now for the rest of this day.
yeah. Have a great time being an adult, and so I think I'm gonna go get some. Maybe I'm gonna watch some film and go to sleep because it's 10 p.m. 15 past 10 back here in the cold Finland. Hey.
Well, enjoy. Thanks so much, and happy holidays if we don't talk before then.
Yeah, bye-bye. I will put the music on. The ending music. The VideoTalk anthem. Alright. Now it should be playing.
We'll see.
Video space. Video talk. Talking video talk. We're 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 talking video talk.
Bitch, we're talking with our boy Willie. You know he's got the shit. He's dancing real hard, I know you'll never get sick of it. He's got that tee on, got that long sexy hair. You know he's about to take his shirt off, his abs so bare. He's got a six-pack, they call him Suburban Commando. He's a big motherfucker and he's dropping it low. He's about to slap that ass, baby, about to slap it so hard. You ever seen this motherfucker running naked through your backyard?
We're talking video talk. We're talking
Video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or dive to video talk.